Come on. Whoa.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another Wednesday Waffle. But this time it's on Thursday. This time it's a bit of a lie. This time it's a bit annoying. So this week I have, as you can see, not been as on the YouTube game as I was last week. I haven't been as productive with it, I guess. And this video will probably wind up being poorly edited because I want it out quickly. I don't know when a promise becomes a lie. I want to promise that I will make the best quality videos from next week onwards. And I feel like I said the same thing last week. How can you trust me? You literally can't. But I trust myself from this week, from today, to really try and make the best video I possibly can. And that starts tomorrow. When I say that starts tomorrow, I mean it. Script is going to start scripting. Setup's going to start setuping. Editing is going to start editing. So next week's Wednesday Waffle is going to be the Wednesday Waffle I've been dreaming of, per se. Because I have been dreaming about YouTube recently. I've been dreaming about a lot of stuff. Not just YouTube, but ultimately life as it could be and as it hopefully will be in the future. But that's something I'll get onto later. Meanwhile, hello, I'm Grisha if you're new here. 16 years old, live in London, document my life, going through these videos. Also, to be honest, I think they are a good way to learn a lot of skills, and I really hope that some way I can monetize this. But that's a long way in the future. Today, we focus on this week, stuff which has happened since last Thursday, I guess, because the last video did come out on Thursday, and how it's been, and as I said, what I learned. We'll start with a few big ideas, and I've got a very flowy script this week. Everything kind of links into itself. The first one, as you've seen by the title, is decision. I had a predicament fairly recently. A small predicament which, ultimately in the grand scheme of things, isn't very major, but is more major than most of the other predicaments I've had in my life. And it was, how do I spend my time on weekdays? Because I had split myself very thin. I'd spread myself very thin between sport. Climbing and swimming, I was doing every single day, and to an extent, I still am. I can still do it every single day. My swimming is on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and my climbing, I was doing it Tuesday, Thursday, and then Saturday or Sunday. This week, I'm doing it Sunday. But that's besides the point. The point is that meant I had very little time to do this, and almost more crucially, revision, because however much I don't like school, however much I think that it won't contribute to my life in the future, it's a testament to my character, and it is a test of my strength, I guess, my mental fortitude and my actual intellect, but most importantly, my personality in difficult situations which I might not necessarily enjoy. And so I want to do well at school. To do well at school, I need to revise. I cannot get my dream grades without revising. And it sounds small and it sounds dumb, and I'll get onto this later about dreaming and how dreaming makes school so much more painful. But even though it sounds dumb, it's something which I want. Because I have this dream of Oxford University. I have this dream of blah, blah, blah. But even without the dream, as I said, it's a testament to my character. If I can try hard and if I can do really well and achieve my full potential, which I know I have, then I know I've given all I've got. There was a really, really good song which kept me through the day to day. It started quite badly, and then the song really helped the rest of my day. It's All This Time by Fox Stevenson. I'll put it in the description. All This Time, and it literally saved me today. It made me feel incredibly good. I felt vibey, and I felt incredibly motivated. But ultimately, I wrote this script a couple of days ago, and I came to my decision on Tuesday or Wednesday. I think I came to it on Wednesday. It was that actually what I'm going to do is I don't need to cancel stuff. So a very common idea in the productivity circles which I am in, basically Ali Abdaal and no one else, is the idea of hell yes and no, or no. So you either say hell yes to something or you say no. However, I really like the concept in the 4-hour work week, which Tim Ferriss says, which is that actually you can have both at the same time. I don't have to say hell yes or no if I can get both at the same time, which are a hell yes. And so rather than cancelling swimming or cancelling climbing, what I've decided to do is actually just cut one day in each one. So now I won't go swimming on Fridays and I won't go climbing on Tuesdays. But that'll give me 2 free days where I can really focus on revision or videos. Probably videos on Tuesdays, revision on Fridays, respectively. And I think that's a pretty good schedule which I can stick to. This is going into the systems which I was talking about last week. I need systems to develop to make sure that my goals are met. I don't want it to just be a New Year's resolution, which never happens. And this was all essentially to free up time in my life. Another way which I have been doing that recently is not watching YouTube. I've made a little thing on my wall. There might be a picture if I'm bothered to put it up of every day I haven't watched YouTube. I just tick it off. It's only been 2 so far because I only started it. But if any of you want to join in, go ahead. It's really easy to make. Just like draw a piece of paper and say, have I not watched YouTube today? Yay, excellent. The reason I've stopped watching YouTube and the reason I've cancelled some of my sport plans is because I want time to do what I want in my life. I want time to live, which is what the cheese part of the title says. But before we get onto the cheese, I'm going to talk about YouTube very, very briefly and why I definitely want to upload more. So I was watching some YouTube on the last day. I was watching YouTube Monday, and I stumbled across a guy called Tintin Smith. He's Ali Abdaal's thumbnail creator, or he was, and then he's decided to quit. But when I watched his video, unlike other YouTubers, he cut the bullshit. It was just like, there is a plan, there is a way to make YouTube, and it's not that hard. And ultimately for me, I'm now beginning to really enjoy it. I enjoy thumbnails, I enjoy editing, I enjoy recording, and YouTube should be fairly easy from now on. I just need to stay consistent. Ali Abdaal says, get started, get consistent, get good. I'm in that get consistent. I am going to get consistent, and this is going to do well. My goal is to get 1,000 subscribers before March. Or not before March, but before the end of March. We'll see how that goes. But YouTube is luckily quite easy. I've got all the gear I need now, and I've got all the ideas I need. I just need to implement it very well. Back to cheese. So, the reason I want to free up time in my life is because of cheese. It sounds weird. Listen up. I made cheese with my girlfriend on Sunday. A nice bit of homemade mozzarella. Even though it had more of the texture of, not quite the texture of halloumi. It was somewhere between mozzarella and halloumi. It wasn't as salty. It didn't have enough flavor. But it was my first cheese, which I made myself. Most people don't even have that claim. They can't say, I've made cheese before, because which mega nerd has made cheese before? And I really enjoyed it, and I've realized lately that I really like cooking and making artisan almost products. In my idea of a dream life, there would be cheese on the boil, cheese curds, and we'd have cheese molds sitting in like a warm, damp cave nearby in the valley, and then I'd have kegs of wine, and then wine turning into vinegar, and just everything artisan and everything cooking. Another way I've been thinking about my future life is hopefully I will have time to cook every day. It sounds weird, but I think it's a good way to talk about free time, especially if you are older. If you have time to cook a meal every single day, a proper meal, that means that you have time to do other stuff. That means that you've worked and you can cook and you can enjoy yourself. And I think that's a very good thing to aspire to in my life. That's exactly what cheese is. Do I have time to cook? Do I have time to make my cheese? Do I have time to enjoy my life? Currently, I don't. And that's my own fault. It's my own choice to restrict my time. It's my choice to go climbing. It's my choice to go swimming. So I just have to stop. I just have to take a break, step back, and let it be. This is decisiveness. It's incredibly hard. And I've really tried to work on it lately. Being able to just make a decision, because there was a quote which I saw. Ali Abdaal posted it on his Insta. It was, walk, run, or sit, but don't stumble. And it's so accurate. It's so incredibly accurate. Make your decision and just stick to it. But don't stray, don't stumble, and don't worry. But for that, you need the ability to do that, which is why I've freed up time. Now, as you heard with the cheese, that's a little dream of mine. I love dreaming, but I found that dreaming at school has been quite painful lately. The song got me through today, but other days I've just been dreaming of what could happen, and then it just gets painful because I think, well, what's the point? What's the point of school? if I'm going to live in like a rural area doing photography as my living, school doesn't matter. School doesn't matter at all. As I said, it's a testament to my character and it's a testament to who I am, but it is annoying that I can't question it, because if I question it, it hurts. And this has led to something really weird, which I've never experienced. I don't know if you've experienced it. If you have, please just tell me in the comments or hit me up in DMs. My Insta's gregor.iii. It'll be in the description. What it is that I wake up in the morning, usually with slightly less than enough sleep, because even though 8 hours is good, teenagers should be getting about 9.5. I think my body's adapted to 9 on a general level, maybe 9.5. And I've got some sleep debt, if that's a thing. But after a generally tired day, I wake up, my alarm goes off, and I'm like, no, school's actually not happening today. I've completely fallen into denial about school. I don't know what this says about it. Maybe I should read up on it. Maybe it's a bad thing, but I've just began denying that it even exists because it causes so much confusion in my life. It's not good for the mornings. I feel like it might be useful at school itself. I don't know. I just thought it was something funny to get onto about how I just stop thinking school exists. And it happens in the evenings as well. I'm on call with Portia and I'm just like, no. The time says 10:30, but I'm not going to school tomorrow, even though I know I am. And it calls to YouTube and how when I watch YouTube, I know that I shouldn't be watching it. And my mind says, no, don't watch it. And then I type in YOU and hit enter. Because it's autopilot almost. Because I'm in denial that it's going to cause me harm. So, in that respect, it's dangerous. But since I can't see how that is dangerous at school, I hope it's alright for now. Now, there is one other thing which I almost made this entire video themed on and then decided not to. And there's a little clip here, which I'm going to put on the screen in a second, of a Looney Tunes.
I'm a Hessian without no aggression. If you can't beat 'em, join 'em.
And I've watched this clip 100 times with my parents. We have a box of CDs with Looney Tunes on them. In fact, it might be around here. Is it? No, I don't think it is. If it is, it's not on hand. But we have a box of Looney Tunes CDs. And in them, there was this clip in Bunker Hill Bunny, which is quite funny. That rhymed. But if you can't beat them, join them. I don't know where it originates. But if you've listened to some of my other videos, I found climbing quite hard at some points because I'd compare myself to the people climbing. Especially the people at Squad, who are like really good climbers. I'd be like, oh my god, I'm never going to be as good as them. Not even that, I don't know what thought goes through my head, but watching them climb and then not being able to do that climb or even doing the climbs that I could, I think in a way it's a combination of both my weakness and their strength, which made me feel really bad about myself. And I started really disliking climbing for about maybe a good month. What I'd forgotten though is that I had the same thing at Arch, which is my old climbing gym. And the way I fixed it with both of them is to join them. If I can't beat the Squad members, which I can't, join them. Start talking to them, integrate them in my life and learn beta from them, learn how to climb from them because they're better than me. Why not learn? That's completely changed my climbing experience. I enjoy it so much more now. I sent my first orange tag, which is V7 plus, V6 plus. It was a soft V7. And I'm going to go back and send another one tomorrow, hopefully. And it's genuinely a revelation how much of a mental change it is to join the people who are better than you. Because no longer do you feel that annoying comparison nagging at you. You just feel, you feel fine. You feel happy with, even when you don't send something, they're sending stuff. And you're like, yeah, come on, let's go. And it feels so nice. If you can't beat them, join them. And that's the end of my long series of big ideas and a couple funny things. There are a couple more funny things, which I'll just very quickly talk about. My video is going to cut out in 3 minutes, so let's see if I can get it in that. So, general ideas. We have got sighs and what they mean. That sigh the release of almost negative energy, I really like, but also I always want to get to a world where I don't have to sigh. It's an interesting thought. I wonder if there's anything in it. I might write about it. Newsletters. I stopped making my newsletter. I'm going to make it again. Don't worry. I stopped for a couple of weeks, but now I've realized that actually it's a really good marketing tool. I won't start soon. I need to get YouTube figured out first before I can add something else on top of it. I realized that from what I've been doing before. But it's definitely coming back, so keep an eye out for that. If you want to subscribe, I'll put a link in the description, I guess. I recommend Tintin Smith's newsletter. I might put that in as well. Then I've got Carrying On Momentum. This has been a literal life changer at school. After school, if I just continue my morning routine, so I splash my face with cold water, which I forgot to do today, and I have a little bit of a food meditation. I eat fresh fruit, maybe some tea if we have some nice tea which isn't caffeinated. Then I do my hangboarding, and then I'm set for task 1 because it's a new morning. That's Carrying On Momentum. I think there'll be more of that in the next episode, so wait for that. And then we've got turning a weakness into an advantage. At climbing, I'm very heavy because I'm very tall. And because of that, I'm quite bad at overhanging climbing, especially on small crimps, and I can't pull very hard. But because I'm tall, I can do massive lanky moves, and I'm quite flexible. And so the V7, which I sent, was on a slab because I turned my weakness of being heavy and tall into an advantage, being able to skip moves and reach and like really using my balance to make sure I don't fall off on moves which other people may have quite easily fallen off on. Always remember that there are 2 sides to a coin. What you may see as weak is actually, in some people's eyes, a strength. Yeah, routine's really good. Rituals and making stuff like the morning routine, which I'll talk about next episode or maybe in a newsletter if I feel like it. Whoops, the video did cut out. I was on Small Things, and I was saying how small things tallies up really make a difference. It's so much easier to focus on them. Definitely go ahead and try that. And the final thing is routine. Getting routines down makes it so much easier to do other stuff. Getting these systems in place. I'm definitely going to get into some systems and routines for making videos. And I'll ask you, where can you get into some systems and routines? Where do you need to make a little bit of a ritual to make sure that you do something which really matters to you? For instance, one of mine, an example will be that I am going to make sure my video is always ready on Tuesday. If it's not ready on Tuesday, if Wednesday Waffle is not ready on Tuesday, then there's something wrong. Maybe there can be small things which will be tweaked on Wednesday. But generally, I want it ready for Tuesday because I know it will overrun into Wednesday. And so that's my entire video. Maybe I've unfocused after the camera died. Hopefully not. I know I've been a bit slouched on my back and posture, but give me a break. Give me a break, Grisha. It's alright. I'm talking to myself. I'm sorry. I hope you guys have a really good day, a really good week. I'll see you guys next Wednesday. Honestly, I will see you guys next Wednesday. I'll leave you on my haiku. Going through motions. As the tide rises, you sink and see the full image. I realize now it's not about that. It's about turning weakness into an advantage. So, that was Wednesday Waffle for this week. Released on Thursday. But at least I got it out. I hope you guys have a really good day, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace.